In this video, we will discuss some questions whose answer should be clear to every girl or every woman out there. So, let's get started it. Question number 1. Why is it important to praise a man and make friends with his ego? Praise is an effective way if you want him to behave in a certain way. Instead of complaining all the time about the flowers he used to bring or about the restaurant he used to take you along with him, you should appreciate him. Appreciate him for the hard work he is doing. Appreciate him for his help in your household chores. Even if he doesn't really help, don't complain. Start using the word best and you will get his full attention. In case of making friends with his ego, as we are as a woman need to understand that men do everything because of ego. Ego is the reason behind the wars, businesses and so on. So if you learn to handle his ego, you will get whatever you want. 3 words, you are right, are the beneficial if you want to turn any man on. Convincing a man is a little bit tricky, so avoid that. Let him be right while you are playing smart. Men do have big egos, so doing some small things in your daily life can really make him feel manly and powerful, as a result of which he will try his level best to be the king of your life. So, what are those things? Let's discuss. Go for a walk together because you don't feel safe alone. Don't kill a bug in front of him to show your masculinity. Remember that you are controlling him with your femininity. Masculinity has nothing to do with this. Take his help in your daily chores like opening a jar, changing the tire, parking car, moving a furniture and so on. And then praise him for doing all these things for you. But remember, this praise should be genuine and honest. Men can sense if you are being honest or dishonest with them. So, be realistic. Overall, always praise him for the small efforts he does for you and the whole family, and let him show his masculinity in your daily routine. It will make him feel powerful and he will think of himself as he is the responsible for his as well as for your life. Question number 2. Who should pay in restaurants? Well, this is a quite negotiable question and different people have different opinions about this. But according to the book I am currently reading named Why Men Love Bitches, in the beginning, a woman should let the man pay. If a man is really crazy about a woman, he'll care less about splitting the bill. If he really adores her, he will never care about the cash he spent on her. The only thing he cares about is to how he can win her over. But if he is letting you pay or he is asking you to pay, try not to see him again. See, we are not running from a relationship just because of few pennies. It's just that he is not so interested in impressing you. And that's not a good sign at all. So, avoid going out with this type of guy again. As we discussed, let him pay in the beginning, and after you have been dating for a while, you can reciprocate. But try to avoid that 50-50 split because you are going into a relationship. You are not meeting with a professional colleague from your office or from your work or whatever. Question number 3. Does criticize him on his everyday mistakes help you in any good way? The answer for this question, or the straight answer for this question, is a big no. And bitch knows that the thing this thing very well, that the less she criticizes, the better, which is why she doesn't nag. Instead, she maneuvers. In daily life, he is gonna make hundreds of thousands of mistakes. So, how will you handle that? Well, he'll throw his clothes on floor. He will leave his used stuff and gadgets on bed. He will put that wet towel on bed and he'll mix his used and unused clothes together. But at the end of the day, it's up to you how you are gonna handle this. Try to organize your space in a way that things should be easy for him. For example, use open laundry baskets instead of the one with the lid. Create a space for all your gadgets or keep a designated corner for them. You have to understand the fact that there is rarely a man who is an extra super clean guy. Otherwise, even scientists are unable to know yet that why men do all these things that are discussed above. So, it is you who have to act smart if you want that less criticism, more praise sort of relationship with your partner. There is a saying by Warren Buffett, praise publicly, criticize privately. So, try and do that. Question number 4, and a very common question all of us have, is that how to avoid conflicts. And before answering this question, I just want to say that there will be conflicts in all the relationships we have, people we have in our life. But what matters the most is that what we can do to avoid those conflicts or that useless fights that can only have negative impact on our relationships out there. So, the answer for this question is a bitch, or we can say a dumb fox knows very well how to stay away from conflicts. She follows these 3 rules. Number 1, agree with everything. Number 2, explain nothing. And final number 3, she does what is best for her. This will make a life whole lot easier. According to one Japanese motto, a smart eagle doesn't show her claws. In Japan, when a couple walks around the street, a Japanese woman always walks behind her man. But why is that so? Because her husband or a Japanese man bring paycheck to home and give that to his wife. A man controls the home, but his wife controls the money, and she is the one who decides how this money is gonna be spent. We are not saying that you should be docile all the time and shouldn't involve yourself in any fight regarding to anything. But if you think that the matter is not that big, then leave it. For example, you did something good and your partner took all the credit. Instead of insulting him in front of your friends or family members, talk to him privately. Tell him whatever you felt at that time or whatever your feeling was. And if you think that was something not really bothers you, then let him take the credit. But you should remember that 3 rules. Agree, no explanation, do what is right. Question number 5. How to behave when you enters into a new relationship. See, there is not a hard and fast rule that you should do this or you should do that and blah 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 and all that stuff. Just a simple thing you have to keep in mind to set the tone of your relationship, that how you want it to be look like. If you don't want to continue, never start it. If you don't want to cook every night, don't start out. Be in your feminine energy and know how to receive help, gifts, compliments and all while being in your feminine energy. If he wants to do something for you, let him do. If he wants to bring something for you, let him bring. If he wants to take you out for dinner or lunch, let him do that. As a woman, you should know the art of receiving, and in return, you can say thank you to him. That can make his day. Let him give to you, because a part of his manhood is defined by feeling responsible. A bitch is agreeable, tactful, and always polite. Even though she appears oblivious, she is very aware of everything around her. Question number 6, and this is the one question that can be hard to understand, that why is the answer for this question is somewhere in a negative way, and that is, what should be the limit of a phone call? Should it be a call that is hour and long, or should it be a short but sweet call? The answer to this question is that a phone call should be short and sweet, because we as a woman talk too much, and this is all by God's grace. We can't do really much in that case, but men really think opposite. They can go for an 8-hour long drive rather than hearing a woman. So be smart and don't say everything in one sentence. Take your time, be succinct, but don't show all your cards at once. Otherwise, there will be nothing to know more about you. That 2-hour phone call you love are a big mistake. He likes it the first time because he knows you are interested. After that, he will hate it. Don't let conversations on the phone last too long. Don't let yourself be perceived as a tiresome obligation. Keep the phone calls short and sweet, and he will never get tired of calling. And the last question of this video: how to ensure your safety in a relationship? First of all, keep your conversation light no matter how big you think the topic is. Let's say he's talking about his past girlfriends or his hundreds of affairs. Instead of getting jealous or being mad at him, just keep yourself calm, because he is doing so as a way of helping you get to know him. If you are trying to be a bitch or a dumb fox, try not to react in front of him when you sense something unusual, when you sense that there is something wrong with him. You should know when to keep your mouth shut and when to react. You should be self-reliant and judge people by your own experience. As a bitch or a dumb fox, you should let him show his true colors without making him realize that you are watching everything. If he is a wolf dressed up as a sheep, his whiskers will surely pop out. You should trust your observations and animal instincts. Try to avoid a person who has already shown that he is a hurtful person. If it was the only accident, then that's a different thing. But if he is a hurtful on purpose, take a step back, pause for a while, and think about your decision twice. I hope you liked today's video or a little Q&A. Drop down your opinion in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my efforts. Good luck and stay safe.